we got woken up because I heard someone try the front door, the passenger side front door. Obviously it's deadlocked, so I heard. So, oops, we've had this, I will say, has been not a very good park up, to put it politely.
Worst spot ever.
Ticks, police in the middle of the night just randomly opening our doors, and we've had a little bit of drizzle, and I'm not even underselling that. Underselling, is that the right word? We've had a little bit of drizzle and we can't get out. So we've got stuck once, we got through it, however.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Can't go back because there's a fucking tree there. And yours more like mud.
Thank God for chops.
Sorry, I shouldn't have asked. I'm sorry. Chuck it in behind there.
Yeah.
Chuck it behind there.
Yeah.
Roll back a little bit just to get a bit of grip.
Yeah.
And then push on.
Did it! Good job.
Fucking hell. I'm not going near mud.
That was close.
Mud or snow ever again. Thank you. Oh my lord. Wow. Oh. We've lost one chock, broken.
Yeah. Though we should take that with us.
Yeah.
We shouldn't leave. I know everybody else leaves rubbish here, but we shouldn't.
And that, as you can probably tell, was an epic, but not a good epic, like a proper bad epic. So yeah, right, before we get into why we haven't posted for a couple of weeks, which it is a couple of weeks actually today, we'll talk about the last 16 hours.
Yeah.
So the old saying goes, bad things comes in 3, or is it good things come in 3? I think it's bad.
Bad, yeah.
Well, whatever it is, we've had more than 3. Yesterday we found this awesome park up spot, which I will put the what 3 words in the description. Do not go there. It's a really bad spot. On paper it looked awesome.
Yeah.
It was like right next to the sea. It was like, this is brilliant. It turns out it was no.
Yeah, there's a good view of Istanbul.
There is a really great. You can probably guess what next week's video is on now.
Shit.
It's alright. It's alright.
Okay.
No, it's alright. we got there, obviously went for a few walks, which was awesome, and then we found like quite a few lice, not lice, ticks in the boys.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh man, and obviously we're really paranoid. There you go, Cook. We're really paranoid about ticks. So we spent a little bit of time last night before bed de-ticking, and then this is where the story gets really awesome. So we got our heads down, thought nothing more of it. We've been wild camping in Turkey, not a drama. At approximately, I think it was between midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll do my best to give this story justice. Basically, we got woken up because I heard someone try the front door, the passenger side front door. Obviously it's deadlocked, so I heard that try and get opened, and then obviously it didn't open, and then the alarm just went mental and started blazing, and then basically I was awake, and as I came to, and this is all happening in like a matter of milliseconds, I start shouting, because obviously I'm thinking someone's trying to break into our van. The slide door is getting opened and I'm shouting, oi, 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 because I'm obviously like, you know, trying to deter the would-be criminal from coming in or trying to steal whatever they're trying to do. At this present moment, I am bollocky buff as well, so I'm shouting, and as I'm making my way down to sort of like, you know, out of bed towards the where the doggy gate is, I can't see anyone, so obviously I'm thinking, awesome, I've scared them away, and the alarm scared them off. It turns out a couple of meters stood back with pretty horrified faces, probably. Well, one did. One was wearing a corona mask with two policemen, and there's a naked bootneck shouting oi at them. And it was
chaos. For those few minutes,
it wasn't even minutes. It was like 10-15 seconds of absolute chaos, because then I'm stood there naked.
And they started shining the torch in.
So they were shining the torch in, and then I was basically, and then Gibbo said, oh, turn the alarm off for us. So obviously the alarm's still blazing. So I turned the alarm off, and then I was like, oh, I better get dressed. So then I just go to close the slide door, as you would, because I was like, oh, they probably don't want to keep seeing me naked. And then as I'm looking around for shorts, because, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, I left them over. I always leave them in this corner. They open the door again, and I'm like, still naked. I'm like, and then they shone the flashlight at you. The dogs were obviously barking, so for once they actually did a really good job. I put some shorts on, and then I was like, what can we do?
It was horrible. It
was chaos.
It was really scary, because
and then obviously they just turned around and went, I think they asked where we're from. And they did. They said, where are you from? And I went, oh, the UK. And then they kind of looked at each other. I heard the radio go off in their car, so maybe that was like a bigger deal going on somewhere else. And they just went sleep. And then
and they went. But it was it was really scary, because obviously when they opened the door, we didn't know it was police. Like, it could have been anybody.
Well, they didn't knock.
And I just woke up to like an alarm going off, Russ going all commando, screaming, "Oi!" It was, and the dogs are barking. It was It was
mental.
And and I knew the door had been opened, but I didn't know if it was by you or by.
Yeah, it wasn't me. The crazy thing is that there was no knock. It was just like they've tried to open the front door, and then they've just opened this, because obviously we can't deadlock this one from inside.
And I don't know why it wasn't locked, but
who knows. But anyway, it was no more than 15-20 seconds. Well, probably a little bit more, maybe 30 seconds or so, but it was chaotic. And then so obviously we woke up this morning quite early, 7 o'clock, and where we were, it's not out in full-on nature, but we were like, all right, it is starting to drizzle. And when I say drizzle, I actually do mean a drizzle. It wasn't heavy rain, but we were like, let's play it safe. We've been in the hashtag van life game long enough to know that, you know, we probably want to get out of here. It turns out where we were, the mud was just like clay.
It was...
And once you drove on it with a little bit of rainwater on there, wow.
It was slippy and just...
That was...
Well, as you can see in the footage,
and that footage there is what, maybe 4 minutes long. We were at it for over an hour.
It's over an hour.
And it was emotional. And you know, I will say actually, I'm normally quite good at keeping my shit together. If it wasn't for Gibbo, I would have lost my shit today.
I normally get really stressed and worried, but I think I kept my cool this time. But then you were kind of losing your shit.
I was losing my shit because I could just see this going further and further more wrong.
Yeah.
And it was chaos, man.
You did it.
But we got it out eventually, and then yeah, we've ended up in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Which again wasn't easy to do today because it turns out there's a marathon going on and every road is blocked and we're driving around and we're like we just want to get here and we can't do it. So it's been
it's been one of those days.
Last 16 hours have been crazy, and that leads us really nicely onto why we haven't posted for a couple of weeks. So why haven't we posted for a couple of weeks, Gibbo?
We've just been exhausted, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just been.
So this is probably, unless you've travelled full time, and by no means am I dripping here or having a whatever.
Like,
travelling full time in a van in like a confined space, it can get quite tiring. And I think we had such an amazing time in Greece, and when we finally crossed that border into Turkey, and Turkey's been great so far. We haven't really done much. We've kind of found a really nice couple of parking spots on beaches and that.
Yeah.
But we just felt like almost as if the wind had been taken out of our sails, and we were like, oh.
We just suddenly, it just kind of hit us. And
like, we've talked about this in the past, where like the whole hashtag van life gets glamorized on Instagram, on YouTube sometimes, and it is brilliant.
Yeah,
but it can get quite, like we've already said, quite tiring and mentally fatiguing.
Yeah, it is mentally tiring.
Physically fatiguing sometimes, but genuinely just, But that being said, we feel much better now, don't we?
Oh yeah, we do. I think we needed a bit of a time out and stuff. So
apologies for not posting on YouTube. I know we still did a few Instagram photos, mainly of the boys and of sunsets. Who doesn't like sunsets and dog photos? But yeah, we're all feeling better. I think the boys need a bit of a recharge as well. We're all feeling better. So we're in Istanbul. We've only just got here today, and yeah, we're back in. The videos are going to come thick and fast.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
So, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
We've probably rambled on for ages, so that's it. I can't think of anything else. Am I rambling on? I am. Right, let's wrap it up there. We'll see you next week. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with friends and family, maybe people who are like thinking about van life and think it's going to be this amazing journey, which it can be.
Yeah.
But there are other things to consider, like just loads of different things actually. Yeah. But definitely your mental health can go a long way with it. You can get really tired doing it. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more of myself, Caroline, Cookie who's panting, and Hoochie who's sleeping as we explore Turkey. Yeah. Happy? Laters.